Hey guys, thank you so much. This has been super exciting since the morning from the panel talks to seeing all the different demos, and I'm so glad to be here. I know to whoever's been watching, if you guys have been sitting for a long time, reminder to stretch right now. Let's get up and get our energy going. I am Sriya, the co-founder of Persona AI, and today I'll be talking about our platform. But before I get into that and going into the demo, just wanted to talk a little bit, very high level. I know we mentioned it in the prospecting panel, but what is the state of GTM and prospecting today? And giving it a little intro into why we're solving the problems that we are. So let me know if you can see my screen. Screen share good? Cool. So yeah, I am Sriya, co-founder of Persona AI. Me and my co-founder come from LinkedIn, which is one of the best B2B databases in the world. And we are backed by Y Combinator. And really what led us to building Persona AI today was that we just saw there was just so much different data sources and platforms. And there hasn't been a place that is consolidating these signals, consolidating these data sources, and using it with AI in a way that's actually useful for teams. And this is the current state of prospecting that we are at today, right? Building a converting lead list with your ideal customer profile is hard. There's too many different data sources and providers. So there is a need to consolidate and automate this research. And we know reps and AEs are already using ChatGPT or something on the side, but there isn't a standardized way to use AI in the workflows and use it alongside multiple models. So what can you do? You can either buy more data sources, driving up your costs there. We know that personalized emails and research works, but this would require more SDRs and more time. So you might want to hire more, but this just adds process debt and can lead to inconsistent quality. Or you just want to scale, send thousands of emails, but we all know the challenges with email deliverability today. Do not exhaust your TAM because you will be end up marked in spam and have lower response rates. So Persona solves this by allowing you to access better data and personalize at scale without driving up the cost or headcount. And how do we do this? We allow you to prospect from almost anywhere. So we have 75 plus data sources and destinations, and combine that with the latest AI models and our state-of-the-art AI agent. And what can you do with all of this? Persona allows you to list build, enrich data at scale, access sales intent triggers like job changes and hiring. We allow you to do account research, personalized outreach, account scoring, and so much more that our customers do. And this is, before I go into features, let me actually just go deep into the platform since we're a little limited on time. So I will actually be sharing one of our customers' use cases. So Persona, you can think of it when you come into our platform, it is just like, think of it as like Google Sheets on steroids with a bunch of lead gen data, all these AI models and agents that you can use. So this is actually a telecom company that we work with. And when I say that each company's prospecting workflows are different and customized, I really mean that, because what a telecom company does is very different from what a construction company would do. It's very different from what a developer tooling company would do. So I'm just showing a quick example, but really keep in mind that why we built our platform in the way that we did is to really allow you to, I think of it as like Lego building blocks. You can use data from all these different sources and make it work for a workflow that's actually used by your team. It's not just generic personalization here that we're doing. So this company, it's a telecom company, and they wanted to reach out to this list of accounts, and they were really interested in, one, is this company expanding to APAC? And two, is what is the SD-WAN provider? So this is a technographic they were interested in, along with the company technology, what is the Asia presence, and doing further research there. So one that we're able to do is get that customer 360, right, for each of these accounts. And remember that we're doing this at scale. So getting all the details for this company, and then going deeper into what are its Asia expansion plans. So what is the Asia presence, going super detailed here. And this is what I was mentioning earlier in the prospecting panel. Don't use AI to cut corners, but if you're able to go to your customer and say, like, I saw you guys launch this, detailed product and service. You guys have a growing presence in Japan and Philippines and South Korea, and this is why you should buy us. That is what is going to drive the conversions. And then wanted to also quickly show our AI agent. So a lot of these platforms that we're seeing nowadays, they abstract away the prompting from your team, and we don't believe in that. We work with your teams to help you write the best prompts and help you scale that using templates, because we see that your team needs to be in control of the prompting that you're doing. So you can see I typed in what is the company's priorities based on the earnings report, and how can my company, I just put Persona for the sake of this demo, help them. And this is the company's website. So you can actually see all the different like back-end mechanisms that are going on. And excuse me, and you can actually see the reasoning, the steps, that like which websites it's going into, so you can have the full visibility of that. And best of all, we sync this all to your CRM. So what you will see in your Salesforce or HubSpot is you will see a comprehensive company report that is extremely personalized to the workflows that you're doing. And we don't just stop at the account research, right? We go into AI signals. So we have a job change tracker. We have a companies that are hiring tracker, tracking technologies, making it super intuitive and easy, and consolidating all these signals. So I think another thing we wanted to mention, LinkedIn, you wanted to reach out to people there. So we have a Chrome extension. You can, I think Kevin showed this use case earlier, pulling in people who are reacting and using that in your tables. There are just so many different use cases and so many ways that you can use Persona that it's just really exciting, I think, and that's really the whole point of AI, right? It's to be able to synthesize information, connect it with your existing systems, and lead gen data. So this is another quick use case I wanted to show. If you're live on LinkedIn like me, you might have heard of RB2B and the website visitor identification. And what we're doing here is we're actually pulling in the webhook from there, connecting it, and we do some qualification on our side. We're getting the details about this person, and we are doing an ICP match. Does this person match any of the go-to-market roles? And this is actually something that we prompted ourselves. And you can see, you can use GPT, you can use Claude, you can use your own API keys wherever you want to. And then you can do multi-channel. And this is super important because you can send it to your smart leads, you can send it to your instantly outreach. We also connect with like the Growth Machine or HeyReach for LinkedIn outreach. And all of this that I'm showing you, once we set it up, it just runs on its own. And that's the best part, right? You're not going to have your SDRs and AEs coming in here, setting, double checking, verifying, but the results of this is that they're engaging in more conversations, they are closing more deals, they're getting deeper on their accounts and moving the needle forward. And that's really the value of AI, right? It's to empower your best people to do your best work and scale that to the whole organization. So that's just a very high level overview of what Persona does. We connect with 75 plus data providers like Datagma, Apollo, Lead Magic, Lead IQ, all these wonderful data providers. So instead of subscribing to all of them, you just have to subscribe to one. Or if you already have a subscription, Persona is the place where you can bring in all these fun toolings and actually make use of them, right? We hear so much about go-to-market enablement, how there is a lack of adoption, right? Even after you give your team all of this data, they're not able to use it efficiently because they just want to be closing more. And that's what Persona enables. Very high level overview, would love to chat with everyone on their own different business use cases. But yeah, that's just a little snippet of what Persona can do.
Amazing demo, Shreya. Got so many questions in DMs. I'll try to hit a couple here. So one, and it comes up multiple times here, it looks similar to Clay, but Clay has a hard learning curve. What's the difference and how fast can you learn this?
Yeah, so there's two ways you can work with our team. One is, everyone can sign up. You can build the tables yourself. But two, our team actually, in our whole process of how we work with you, you don't have to hire another agency. You don't have to pay and outsource that. We believe that your team needs to own that workflow. So our team actually works with you in like solutions implementation, and we set up these workflows for you. So what I've noticed with our customers is one, once we set them up, they usually don't need to learn this themselves, but if they want to, and this is where that whole like solutions implementation comes in for Persona, we actually do a sales training so that you're only learning what is relevant to your business and not learning all these hundreds of different APIs or prompting, because that's irrelevant, right? You want your team to be spending more time on the calls and learning how to experiment more. They don't need to learn the A to Z's of prompting. They just need to know what will close the deal at the end of the day.
Happy to see that you're not hiring hundreds of influencers to teach you how to use the tech. Anyways, next question. What do you do to enable phone-heavy shops?
Yeah, so we actually, that's one of the great things about Persona is that we actually also have waterfall phone number enrichment. We can hook up with Nooks or any of the other dialers as well. What Persona is best for is, that reporting that I showed, going deep on the person. You're on a call. If they pick up, great, and you're able to dive deep into exactly what will help them convert because of the way we help you prompt with the AI, right? And that's kind of that personalization piece I was talking about. The best conversations and the best deals I've closed was not about selling Persona, it was about solutioning with them. And doing that at scale is what Persona should be enabling you to do. So when you get on that call and you have those 30 seconds should be filled with, I know your business does this and you guys launched this product last week and this is how our company can help you. You need to close it with that. And that's the information Persona will give you.
Super helpful. How do you prioritize the 75 providers?
Yeah. So we don't prioritize. It's up to you guys. So that's where with Persona, everything is super transparent. So if you guys say, for example, we know Apollo works for 50% of our data, but the other 50%, I want to try the others. So we actually have a full capability in our waterfall where you can drag and drop and choose which providers to run first, second, third. I think we have like 10. So you can literally run 10 providers at once or 3 if that works for you. So we're super transparent about where our data is coming from, how you want to use it. And I think one of the main things about Persona is that you can experiment as well before buying any like annual contracts that you don't want to get sucked into.
And next one here is, what's the coolest use case or customer application you've seen?
Yeah. I think there's just so many, but one cool thing I really like to see is I'm a huge believer in not just, using AI for the sake of using it, but using AI in a way that's super targeted and sensible, I'd say, in workflows. So what this customer does is they take when someone changes a job and doesn't just reach out to them in a way that's like, hey, I saw you, congrats on getting promoted. But they use that jobs changing signal as like, okay, now we need to kick off this workflow. They tie that with another signal around, this person got promoted, how is this company doing in terms of financials? Did they launch any new products? Did they like kind of connecting that person's promotion with the trajectory of the company and then prompting it in a way that aligns with this is how our product can help you right now. So I think that's also captures that timing of like, hey, here's a trigger, here's how we can capture that trigger, and here's how we can convert with that trigger as well.
Lots of questions about ChatGPT advances and whether or not it helps you, like GPT 5, 6, 7.
So, everything that you guys are seeing today, right? Like I've been working with AI for over 5 years. I was one of the first people to even get access to pre-ChatGPT OpenAI's API days. And I never thought I'd see the day where we have so many multiple models, right? Like I use Claude for something, I use GPT 4.0 mini for something. The state of AI is that one, it's going to be constantly evolving. And each of the models, but I think the great part is that the models are only going to get more and more intelligent. And that's your competitive advantage, right? Like find ways to integrate it into your business today because even if you're not seeing the biggest ROI like right away, in like 3 months you will. In 6 months, you'll see a massive difference because of how well the AI is able to learn at a scale I think even our minds can't comprehend. So, that's where I see like AI evolving. It's only getting better. And the better you're able to work with it now, the gains, it's just kind of like working out, right? You do one push-up today, you'll do 100 push-ups in 6 months.
Gosh, the questions keep coming. On All In, Reid Hoffman was talking about tapping multiple models or arrays of models. Will that be an edge for you essentially? What about using a less expensive model or smaller model for a specific use case?
Yeah, so task specific models, I think, are going to be the future, right? We're still in the ages of people experimenting between, I think just a couple months back, it was just we had one option that was GPT. And now we're seeing people are saying Claude works better for conversational. I use Claude to recheck some of my conversational stuff that I'm posting. And, I've heard good things about Gemini for some use cases and Llama for other use cases. So definitely models are going to start getting more task specific, and that's where you might not even need to use the most advanced models. Like I know some of our customers, they like to use GPT-4o mini for some of their stuff because they don't want to use the high compute power. But I think we're getting a little extremely technical, but I think at a very high level, right? Like where we are right now, models are only going to get better. Experiment with the different models for your different use case, and be open to like riding the wave with this, right? Like what you're doing right now. And I think that's what companies, for startups is easy because you don't have all these like approval processes, but especially if you're a larger organization, how can you get that like speed within your company to keep up? Because that is what will allow you to have that competitive advantage as well.
Sure, your last question, I promise. What's the here? What are you most excited about going into 2025?
Oh my God, I think it's just with how AI is able to just get better and better. I think I'm excited for the possibilities. I'm sure, like I know we were touching on some of like the woo-woo things about like AI avatars and all of that stuff. But those are like, who knows where the state of AI is going to be next year. And I think that's like the most exciting part. We haven't been in such a technological revolution in a while. I'd say like everyone, like even investors, thought leaders and all of this, but it's saying that. But what's most relevant is for your business, right? Like at the end of the day, what I'm most excited about is how we're able to make our lives more productive, taking out that boring work, taking out that manual work, more productive, more exciting. I don't see AI as just a way to, okay, let's take out the manual boring work. But when I'm working with our customers, there's that light bulb movement where they're able to even get more creative with their growth experiments and go-to-market strategies. And that's the most exciting part to me because we're bringing that like passion for their work and, excitement and enthusiasm back because, we've eliminated some of like those manual tedious stuff or things that they didn't think was possible before. And that's the most exciting part for me.